Hi friends, let's make one of my family's favorite dinner recipes, Cajun shrimp pasta. For this recipe, you need large or jumbo raw shrimp. I like to get the ones that are already peeled and deveined and have the tails removed. I rinse them off and make sure there are no peels or tails left on any of them. Then after you've done that, you're going to lay them on a paper towel. Then you're going to get another paper towel and pat them dry. This will just help the seasoning stick better. So I'm going to use one of my absolute favorite kitchen tools. It's this cheese grater. This is hard Parmesan cheese. Perfectly shredded every time. And I just take the rind off and put it in the freezer. And I just shredded that whole block of Parmesan in about 3 minutes. And then you just throw this in the dishwasher and the rest of this just wash in hot soapy water. So now that my shrimp are dry, I'm gonna put them in a bowl. And this is the star of the show. It's Tony's Creole seasoning. This is very, very spicy. I don't use very much of it. I do put it on the table so that those of us who like a little bit more spice can put as much on as they want. But I do not put that much on because it is very spicy. This is for my cream sauce. So this is 1.5 cups of heavy cream, and this is 1.5 tablespoons of flour. I'm gonna add that in and whisk it up really good. After my shrimp is cooked and I go to add this to the pan, I will whisk it again just to make sure that none of that flour has settled on the bottom. You want to make sure you give it a really good whisk because you don't want any lumps. So I've got my pasta water going. My oil has heated up in my pan. Now I'm gonna add my shrimp. And I'm gonna cook this shrimp until it's pink and curled up. So the shrimp cooks super fast. And this is almost done. You can see that they're pink and they're curled up. You do not want to overcook them. So I'm getting ready to add my heavy cream. So I'm just going to give it another really good whisk. Make sure that that flour is all incorporated into that heavy cream. And you're not going to worry about draining the oil out of there. I'm just going to pour this in, give it a stir. Your pasta water, when it starts to boil, make sure you salt it. Add your pasta. Let it, give it a good stir. Let it come back up to a rolling boil. Stir it again, turn it down to medium, and then start your timer. Once that sauce starts to thicken, you're going to turn your heat down. You're going to measure out 1 cup, 1 heaping cup of your cheese. And add that in there. Give it a good stir. And you always want to taste your sauce. Perfect. I also set the leftover shredded Parmesan on the table so that you can add some fresh Parmesan to the top of the pasta. So here is one of my tricks to when I cook pasta. So I don't drain my noodles. I use a slotted spoon with holes to pour the pasta out, and then I put it directly into the pan with my sauce, because that pasta water is going to help the sauce stick to your noodles, and it's also going to get the sauce the consistency that you want it. And then I put like 2 or 3 scoops of pasta in the sauce, and then I give it a good stir, making sure that I have enough sauce to coat more pasta. And I do leave the heat on while I'm doing this. So there you have it, 2 pans, about 30 minutes, and you have an amazing dinner. I've typed out the recipe in the description box below, or you can just screenshot the recipe. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.